I'm ready to metaphorically burn it down over this final straw of a mistake. I've worked here for 17 years and have had plenty of jobs before it. And never have I had an issue with getting a paycheck so egregious as this. Our company sends an email at 4:30 on a Thursday afternoon to tell us that our paychecks will not be directly deposited tomorrow. Holy shit. They are mailing USA physical paycheck. Expected in 15 days, through USPS. No tracking. And I'm expected to just have money in my account to pay bills, buy food, etc. until it arrives. I am not working tomorrow. I am not working until I get my money. I'm beyond disgusted that this is happening. And I can already hear my boomer parents and management saying, "You've got to think about your responsibility and pull together for the team." No, I don't. Pay me. End rant. P.S. They mailed the checks on Wednesday and then waited until this afternoon to tell us. Okay, now for real, I'm done. Fuck you. Pay me. You go up. I would clock into work and just not do anything until paid. This happened at my office once due to a software issue with Intuit. But they communicated it several days in advance and even offered stopgap payments if we needed it. I don't think any of us took it. Publicly anyway. At time my wife and I had money in savings and didn't need it. But with inflation, if it happened again, we would need it. I think you are right to be concerned with how they delayed notifying you. No pay. No worky. That means they didn't have the cash to cover payroll, and it's bad enough that they can't cut checks and give them to you tomorrow. It also can mean they don't have money to fund benefits and retirement. So if you do either check for your contributions. Every company I've worked for that did this ended up closing the doors. Massive red flag. What it indicates is the company is at least temporarily insolvent. Might be temporary. Could be the canary in the coal mine. This was a delay tactic. They didn't have the cash in the bank. And they had to delay until they got a last-minute loan. I think this company may be failing financially. This smells of desperation. Report this to your state labor board. No employer is allowed to withhold pay that is due. The promised pay date is the pay date. Oh, and don't work till you get it. Worked with people who'd been paid in company stock and no surprise. Co-closed soon after. This happened to these people in 80s in the US and I wasn't surprised they hadn't forgotten. Please start looking for another job. Unless you've seen big money suits being toured around and there are plans for a buyout. Run. Yay. Y'all ain't making payroll. That's why they're mailing checks in order to get time to cover the money. When you get the check, run to the bank it's drawn on and get cash out. Find a new job. Fast. If they take my stapler, I'll set the building on fire. https://i.imageflip.com/2suri6.jpg. I work in payroll. They should have overnighted the checks at minimum. Or done a wire transfer direct deposit. I agree with others that are saying no pay equals no work. Especially since pay is already delayed. As in we work and wait to get paid. It's not like they are paying us at the end of each shift. Reminds me of when the pandemic first hit. I was a classroom teacher when my city got locked down. Usually our pay would be delivered by check to our office mailbox at the end of the month. And we always knew what day we needed to pick it up. But because of the pandemic, obviously the school was closed. So they promised to mail it, which would make it a few days late. It never arrived. Weeks passed. and the school wouldn't budge on their new policy of mailing checks. Even though my post office was closed due to the pandemic, my mail wouldn't be delivered until it reopened, and nobody knew when that would be. So, a month later, they were now 2 paychecks behind. My emergency bank accounts were down to fumes. I called my boss demanding to know what was going on with my pay. And she said, "I guess we'll put another one in the mail." So I told her in that case, I won't be teaching my classes until the previous checks arrive. Guess whose boss drove to my house to deliver my pay that afternoon? She could have done that the whole time. I took my checks and resigned. Good riddance. I've had issues with a payroll company before. However, it's in our union contract we get paid in a certain time frame. So the company cut paper checks and delivered them in person. Check mailed Wednesday? You'll probably receive it Friday. I hope it's good. Bad sign the company is going down. I'll be at work Monday, but I won't be able to work till Thursday. It might be between 1 and 5 days before I can actually doing the work, but I'll let you know. They should hand them to you personally on payday, not mail them to you. Why US is really outdated when it comes to paying salaries for their employees. I live in a third world country and 98% companies here are paying salary through online transfer. If your salary is every 28th every month, you will get it without delay. If company still using check to pay the employees, it's either the company is too sketchy or a small company that recently established. Example, less than 1 year. Using check in 2023 is like living in 1980s. You definitely don't live in Kazoo, no? Tell me I didn't get the same email earlier today.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.